The purpose of this video is to show you how to create basic assignments in Google Classroom. So if you go onto your home page of the course that you want to create the assignments in, you'll go up to the top and hit Classwork, and you're going to hit the Create button. When you hit Create, it gives you different types of assignments you can create. The first assignment we'll create in this video is just a general assignment. So I'm going to click on it. It's going to ask for a title. I'm just going to write assignment 1, and the instructions can be whatever you want them to be. So it really could be anything. It's up to you. Be as creative as you want. You can ask the students to write you something. You can attach a worksheet and ask the students to complete the worksheet. There's tons of things you can do. If you'd like a more advanced video on assignments you can do, let me know. I'm going to keep this really basic for this tutorial, and we're just going to do a simple direction. So we'll tell the student, write 5 sentences about your summer break. So if I wanted to, I could add different things to the assignment for the student to see. I could add links to websites for articles they could read. I could add files, so I could upload PDFs or Word files. I could link a YouTube video. So there's lots I could add with this assignment. I could also create a Google Doc or Google Slides or Forms. So again, there's lots you can do with a general assignment. For the purpose of this video, I'll keep it simple. I just wanted to show you how to create the assignment. Once you've created the assignment, just check the points. You can assign a due date. You can even attach a rubric. And when you're ready, you can hit Assign. So we just created our first assignment in Google Classroom, and here it is. So if I want to create another assignment, I would hit the Create button again. Now let's create a discussion question. So a discussion question is almost like a discussion forum where the students can see each other's replies and they can reply to each other if you enable that feature. So I'm just going to write discussion 1, and for my question, I'm going to say, what is your favorite, oops, let me spell that correctly. What is your favorite color? Again, I could add different articles or links. So if you wanted the students to have a discussion about a video, you could add a YouTube video, or about an article, you could link the article. There's lots you can do to be creative. You can also make the discussion short answer or multiple choice. Again, for the purpose of this video, we'll keep it really simple. At the bottom, you can decide if the students can reply to each other and if they can edit their answers. So edit their answers means once they submit, can they go back and fix what they already submitted? That's up to you. You'll make that decision as the teacher. So once we finish, we can ask our question. It basically means we're assigning it, we're saving it. Okay, so we did our assignment, our discussion. For the purpose of this video, we'll do one more and keep it simple. We're going to create a quiz. I saved quiz for last because it is a little different than the other assignments we created, because you'll be creating it in a different tab. So what I mean by that is, I'm just writing the directions. All right. So what I mean by that is when you create a quiz in Google Classroom, you're actually creating the quiz in Google Forms. So once you've put the name of your quiz and the directions, and if you need to add any videos or links, maybe you want to give them something to read and then ask them questions about what they read, or have them watch a video and ask them comprehension questions about that. This is where you would add those things. Once you do, you can create your quiz. So you're going to click blank quiz, and it's going to take you to a blank Google Forms document. So don't get scared. If you go to tabs, you'll see that we're still open with our classroom. We just moved to a different tab. So I'm going to title this quiz Quiz 1, And now I'm going to edit some questions. So I'm going to click here to start my first question. I'm just going to say question 1. And if you want to make it multiple choice, you can have it be multiple choice. If you click on this, there's lots of different options for questions. So let's just make it multiple choice. And then here is where you would add your answers. So you can either write an answer or you can add an image. So for example, if you're a biology teacher and you're asking students to identify different parts of the cell, you could upload an image here and that would be your answer choice. And then they would pick which picture was the correct part of the cell, if that was your question. But I'm gonna keep it simple. We're just gonna do text. And I just did this really quick, A, B, C, or D. Obviously, it's a fake quiz. I just wanted to show you how to set up the multiple choice question. Once you've made your question, so you've put your question here, your answer choices here, you want to select the correct answer. So you're going to hit answer key and select the correct answer. I'm just going to put A for now. All right, so we have our first question. In order to add another question to the quiz, you'll click the circle with the plus sign in the middle. It says add question. So now we can add our second question. Instead of it being multiple choice, we'll change it to something different. So maybe we will do checkboxes. So checkboxes means there's more than one answer. So again, I'm just gonna do A, B, C, and D for the purpose of this video. It's the easiest way for me to show you an example. And now, if I go to answer key, I'm gonna select more than one answer. So B and C would be my correct answers. That's because we did the checkboxes. So my second question is ready. I'm gonna go to add question, and I'm gonna add one more question. You might be looking down here to see what these are. I'm not going to go over these because this is a very basic beginner video, but these are other ways you can add questions. So I'm going to add a question. This is question 3. And this time it's going to be a short answer. So that means the students are filling in a blank. So, you'll ask a question and the student will type their answer in here. So you'll go to answer key and you're gonna add the correct answer. So for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna write answer. Your student will have to type it exactly as is. So make sure your students understand if it's case sensitive that they'll have to be really careful and type it exactly as it is. So you're gonna have to tell them if it's uppercase or lowercase because I've noticed that Google will mark it wrong. It's very case sensitive. So anyways, I have my questions. There's one thing that I didn't go over. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Make sure when you do your questions, that you give them a points value. So if you go to answer key, make sure you're telling us how many points your questions are worth. So for example, I'm just gonna make this one worth 20 points. I'm gonna make question 2 worth 40 points. And I'm gonna make question 3 worth, I guess 40 points as well. So it equals 100. You can do it to be whatever point value you want it to be, but again, just make sure you're adding those point values in here because that'll be really important when you're looking for the score your student received. Okay, so we created our quiz in Google Forms, we created our questions, we added a point value, we added the correct answers. The last really important thing you need to do if you're using Google Classroom from your personal Gmail account is go to settings, go to general, and hit collect email addresses. So let me explain. When you're using Google Classrooms independently from your Gmail account, when you go to look at the student scores, which I will show you in another video, you will not be able to tell which student scored what if you don't collect their email addresses. Their email addresses will let you know who got what score when you're looking at the spreadsheet later. So I know this is a little confusing, but please just trust me. Go to settings, this wheel looking thing, go to general and hit collect email addresses. Make sure it's checked. All right, we made our quiz. The nice thing about Google is that it's already saved the quiz. We don't have to do anything to save it. We can just go back to our quiz we created. Remember, we were in the forms. Now we're back on Google Classroom, and we're gonna hit assign. So our 3 assignments have been created, and if we go to the student account, you can see that all 3 assignments we created are showing up in the student account. So the student would click on the assignment and they would submit it using the directions that the assignment provides. I hope this video was helpful. I didn't go too much into detail with creating various types of assignments. I just wanted to give you guys a general idea of how to do it. Let me know if there's any other video you'd like to see about assignments.